The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. It's now time for Ottumwa Softball. Heard right here on your news and information leader, 1240 AM and 102.7 FM, KBIZ. Now, let's get you to the field with the voice of the Ottumwa Bulldogs, Jason Van Arkel.
Ottumwa High Softball is on the air. Good afternoon, everybody, from the campus of Des Moines East High School. Jason Van Arkel reporting. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Brandon Drew, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. It is the first CIML Metro Conference doubleheader of the season in the final season of the CIML Metro Conference, as your Ottumwa Bulldogs take on their longtime rivals, the Scarlets of East High. OHS comes in at 0-2. Only played 2 games that doubleheader a week ago Monday at Johnston. A couple of tough games there, 2 losses to the top-ranked Dragons. The Bulldogs were originally scheduled to play Burlington on Thursday of last week. That doubleheader has been moved to June 7th. And so Ottumwa only with 2 games under its belt before entering conference play. East only has 4 games so far that they have played. They're 1-3. They split their season opening doubleheader on the road at Urbandale, and then they dropped a pair of shutout losses on the road at Waukee Northwest for the only other games that they have played. Mandy Moore in her 3rd season with Ottumwa, 39-27, the overall record, and she is back in the dugout after missing the season opening doubleheader due to COVID protocol. OHS, as we mentioned, did not start well against, I said top ranked, gets 3rd-ranked Johnston. It was Ottumwa Baseball who had to play top-ranked Johnston that night. And now the Bulldogs have to open conference play against the defending Metro champs. Jocelyn Ware and Addison Ransom had good starts offensively against Johnston on Monday a week ago. But the Bulldogs need more bats to wake up, as well as better performances in the circle and in the field. East is ranked 12th in the state in the initial Class 5A rankings, and they won the Metro last year under first-year head coach James Jabu, who's actually the Scarlets wrestling coach. He was handling softball on an interim basis last summer, while the coach at the time, Sam Allgaier, battled cancer. Jabu has now become the head coach of the program on a permanent basis. East has a lot of talent back, including pitcher Jada Hernandez-Howard, who was 16-3 with a 3.05 ERA last season, and they have 4 of their top 5 hitters back as well. A year ago, East took 3 out of 4 from Ottumwa, and that helped the Scarlets win the Metro title by 2 games over the second-place Bulldogs. The 2 programs, of course, have regularly battled for the conference crown over the years. OHS has a 29-26 edge in the series going back to 2008. This season, these 2 games here, the 2 games later on this summer, and Ottumwa will be the final 4 games that East and Ottumwa play against each other as CIML Metro Conference rivals, but they will remain conference rivals next year in the new Iowa Alliance Conference. Right now, as we get closer to our first pitch, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we return, I'll have the starting lineups for Game 1 of tonight's Twin Bill, Ottumwa and Des Moines East. It's always a classic. It's coming to you shortly on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
Opa! It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people with goals, people who want to save more, people that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High softball on KBIZ and on the live video stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Bulldogs here on the road at Des Moines East. Let's check the Game 1 starting lineups. First for the Bulldogs, head coach Mandy Moore sends out this lineup. Leading off and playing shortstop, Jocelyn Ware. Batting second is the second baseman, Ella Aller. Amber Schatz will catch and bat third, and Jordan Pauls, the right fielder, hits cleanup. Ashlyn Sheets, the starting pitcher, bats fifth. Emma Strayer at third base, hitting sixth. Sydney Rockhold is the designated player, Rockhold batting seventh. Maddie Hauk in center field hits eighth, and batting ninth is the left fielder, Avery Frankie. The flex player for Ottumwa in Game 1 is the first baseman, Sam Weeks. As for the Scarlets, their head coach, James Dubois, with this lineup, leading off and playing shortstop, Alicia Claude, batting second and playing center field, Kiana Jabu. Mo Purdy is the first baseman. Purdy hits third, and the catcher, Cora Knoop, bats cleanup. Batting fifth and playing third base, Lily Alvarez. The right fielder, Honey Hannawalt, bats sixth. Jada Hernandez-Howard is the pitcher, Howard batting seventh. Maya Hernandez-Howard, the second baseman, she hits eighth. And batting ninth is the left fielder, Emma Rounds. Ottumwa 0-2, Des Moines East 1-3 as they open conference play here in 2022. Several Ottumwa fans have made the drive up to East, and they're sitting all around me. Our position, if you're not watching the live video stream, we'll let you know that our position is third base side right behind the fence, close to home plate. And we're in the front row of the bleachers here. Fans are around us. Fans still arriving from both teams. Again, a 5 o'clock start makes arriving on time for the opener sometimes difficult for some. We'll have a bigger crowd when we get to the end of Game 1 than we do at the start of Game 1. They're about to introduce the Ottumwa lineups here. Played a lot of games, caught a lot of games here over the years. Ottumwa, of course, plays here twice, or one doubleheader every year. Bulldogs in the third base dugout, wearing the white pinstripe jerseys, red lettering Ottumwa across the front, red numbers trimmed in black front and back, gray pants with the red trim and the red socks. East has home red jerseys, white trim, script lettering Scarlets across the front in black, black numbers front and back, white pinstripe pants for East, and red socks for the Scarlets. It's the red and white of Ottumwa and the red and black of East doing battle once again. I've not been given the names of the umpires, but I can tell you right now the home plate umpire is actually a good one, Mark Amadeo, who in addition to being a very good softball umpire is also a radio guy. That's how I got to know him. He does a lot of radio, especially in the winter for basketball, for Dowling Radio. And again, a good umpire, so I'll try to be nice. Plus, he can hear me. I'm only going to be about 20 feet away from him for all of Game 1. Here in the East Diamond, of course, it's part of the big complex. You look directly over the center field fence. You see the football stadium, Williams Stadium, where both Des Moines East and Grandview play, although East will move into the new stadium being built for the 5 Des Moines schools. I think it's going to open in 2 years. The baseball diamond is a little ways beyond the left field fence of the softball diamond, and Ottumwa was playing East over there. They started Game 1 at 3:30, no lights in the baseball diamond. At last check, about 15-20 minutes ago, Ottumwa did have a 2-0 lead in the fourth inning of Game 1, so hopefully it's going well still for the Bulldog baseball team. We'll keep you updated on that as we are able. But we've got the softball doubleheader for you tonight from Des Moines. Very pleasant conditions, certainly the best weather we've had for a ball game to this point. And when we get to our first pitch, we will check weather conditions, but it's going to be right around 80 degrees when we get this ball game started. Looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and when we return, it'll be time for the first pitch of this rivalry doubleheader. Ottumwa and Des Moines East softball that comes your way next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hey, it's Sam here, your Lisco sales rep. Summertime weather is just around the corner, so you know the drill. Construction is in full swing, and we have limited time to get your order on the list for this year. As you're prioritizing your goals for 2022, let's make you the priority. We can chat details about what would make your home or business data connection the most successful. To add or update your services, call me, Samantha Knoll, for your Lisco sales and account management. 641-209-5400, 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Softball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. Live video right now on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Good afternoon once again, everybody. Jason Van Arkel with you from Des Moines East. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Brandon Drew, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Bulldogs and Scarlets. Let's get this rivalry going again. Jada Hernandez-Howard in the circle, the senior pitcher for Des Moines East. She was their #2 a year ago, now the #1. The defense behind her finds Emma Rounds in left, Kiana Jabu in center, Honey Hannawalt in right, Lily Alvarez at third, Alicia Claude at short, Maya Hernandez-Howard at second, Mo Purdy at first, and Cora Canute behind the plate. Jocelyn Ware, Ella Aller, Amber Schatz, the top three in the Bulldog order, as we're ready to go on a beautiful afternoon for softball here in the capital city. Ware was 2 for 6, couple of singles in the season opening doubleheader against #3 Johnston. Jada Hernandez-Howard gets the sign, and the first pitch of the ball game is grounded back to the circle, fielded by Howard, throw to first in time, out #1. First pitch at 5:03, and it's a ground ball back to the circle. That'll bring up Ella Aller. PA announcer's not going to get her name right tonight. Aller 0 for 6 in the season opening doubleheader. 79 degrees under sunny skies here in Des Moines. A west wind at 14 miles an hour as Aller hits a little blooper, and a diving catch at second base by Maya Hernandez-Howard, robbing Aller of what would have been her first hit of the season on a soft liner near the bag. And there's quickly 2 down. That'll bring up Amber Schatz, senior catcher, 1 for 5 in the season opening doubleheader. Scored the only Ottumwa run in that twin bill. 2 out, nobody on. Howard's first pitch to Schatz. That misses for ball 1. Now Ottumwa finally took a pitch after swinging at the first pitch twice. Admittedly, should have had a base hit there, except for the great play made by the second baseman, Maya Hernandez-Howard. And that pitch comes in and actually hits Schatz in the back. An off-speed pitch, and a hit by pitch, and Ottumwa has its first base runner coming with 2 out in the top of the first. Jordan Pauls will be the batter. We will get a courtesy runner here for the catcher Shots. And it will be Ella Thompson. So Thompson, the courtesy runner at first, and here is Jordan Pauls. Pauls was 1 for 5 in the opening doubleheader. See if Ottumwa can turn that hit batter into a 2-out rally. First pitch to Pauls. Inside, ball 1. Ottumwa hitter swung of the first 2 pitches. It produced 2 outs. Then Shots hit by a pitch. Now Pauls with the 1-0. And there's a high fly ball to left center, pretty well hit, but the park's going to hold it. The center fielder, Jabu, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, a runner left after half an inning. The Bulldogs nothing. The Scarlets are coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the first inning, Ottumwa got a runner but no runs in the top half of the first, and now Ashlyn Sheets into the circle for the first time this afternoon. Sheets 0-1 after the season opening loss to Johnston. Some unearned runs hurt her in that game, but she'd still like to put together a better performance here today. The defense behind her, Avery Frankie in left, Maddie Howkins center, Jordan Pauls in right, Emma Strayer at third, Jocelyn Ware at short, Ella Aller at second, Sam Weeks at first, and Amber Shots behind the dish. Top 3 in the Scarlet order, Alicia Claude, Kiana Jabu, Mo Purdy. Now, East only has stats for the 2 games they played against Urbandale. They've not posted stats for their doubleheader loss to Waukee Northwest. They didn't score in either of those games, so the RBI totals unchanged. Claude against Urbandale, 1 for 8 with a walk in 9 plate appearances. Right-handed batting shortstop ready to dig in as the Ottumwa infielders huddle, and now break the huddle, go back to their positions, and Sheets into the circle. Left-handed junior checks the card on her right arm to get the pitch call from Mandy Moore. And the pitch, high, ball 1. Mandy Moore back in the Ottumwa dugout. Again, the Bulldog head coach missed the season opener due to COVID protocols, but back where she belongs today. 1-0 the count to Claude. Sheets brings it home, and it's ground ball sharply to third, fielded nicely in a backhand by Strayer. Throw across in time for out number 1. 1 down for the talented center fielder and daughter of the head coach, Kiana Jabu. Senior 1 for 7 in their opening doubleheader, did have a couple of runs batted in. Left-handed hitter, no batting gloves. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt of the catcher Shots on a rise ball, strike 1. Oh, 0-1 the count to Jabu, the next offering. Off the plate outside, 1-1. Jabu getting a lot of attention this summer from colleges, Division I schools. Not sure where she'll play as she's in her final high school season. Fouls that one back out of play for strike 2. And her career took an interesting turn. If you missed it in the pregame show, her dad is the head coach, James Jabu. Jabu is only in his second season as head coach. See if we have time to tell this story here. If not, we'll save it for her next at-bat. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3, and that's out number 2. Good pitch from Ashlyn Sheets. Her first strikeout brought to you by Sonic Drive-In in Ottumwa. 2 down, nobody on, and the batter, Mo Purdy, the first baseman. Purdy is sophomore. She got off to a good start, was 4 for 8 with a couple of RBI against Urbandale last week. Only a sophomore, had a big year last year as a freshman, all conference. Powerful right-handed batter. I believe she was a catcher last year. And she hits a little pop-up. It's going to land and roll foul, spinning the whole way. Ottumwa was not going to be able to catch that pop-up in between the circle and home plate. And the only hope they had was that it would spin foul. And it just barely did. It had a lot of side spin, and it just kept trickling and finally went over the first baseline, only about 10 feet away from home plate. That was a long and drawn-out way to get to no balls and a strike, but here we are. The 0-1 offering from Sheets. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, I believe Purdy spent time as a catcher last year. You know, not having seen East play yet this year, she may very well catch in game 2, but they have another talented youngster on deck, Cora Canoop. That pitch is outside to Purdy, 2-1. Purdy now just a sophomore. Canoop just a freshman who got some playing time a year ago. And Canoop is catching game 1. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the first, no score. Ottumwa and East, good to have you with us for this softball rivalry. The 2-1. Ground ball sharply through the whole left side base hit. First hit of the ball game is a 2-out single by the East catcher Purdy. I imagine we'll have a courtesy runner for her. We'll see Cora Canoop step to the plate. 3 for 6, 2 singles and a double against Urbandale last week. And actually, Purdy's going to stay out there and run for herself. East, the roster is a little on the small side. We'll do a count here for you in a moment. First pitch to Canoop, up and away, ball 1. There's only 14 players listed on the East varsity roster, at least the one that's on the varsity-bound side. That pitch grounded to the right side, charging it Aller. Flipped to first as Purdy jumped over the ball. Aller still made the play and made the throw to first in time to retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. After 1, no score on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Performance Pipe in Bloomfield is hiring. They have 3 classifications open for hire: molding operators, a molding setup, and a maintenance position. Performance Pipe offers a competitive benefit package including medical, life insurance, pension plan, 401k, paid vacation, and holidays. Applicants must be 18 years or older, have a high school diploma or GED, and a valid driver's license. To apply, go to cpchem.com. Click Careers, type in Bloomfield to see the details of each job and apply for the one that best suits you. Or Google Performance Pipe in Bloomfield and ask for D. Chevron Phillips Chemical Company is an equal opportunity affirmative action employer.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the second inning. We're having fun at the ballpark. Jason Van Arkel with you. Ottumwa softball here at Des Moines East. Told you that we're well acquainted with our home plate umpire, Mark Amadeo. Great guy. You may notice this if you're watching on the live video stream. You might see what looks like a television camera down the first base line, elevated a little bit. You are seeing a television camera. Mediacom is also doing a broadcast here for the Des Moines area. And Mark and I are well acquainted. Mark also knows the good folks that are doing the Mediacom broadcast, and so he came over here to what's basically become Media Row and was messing around with everybody in between innings here. So we're having fun this afternoon. Hopefully we'll have fun and call a couple of Bulldog victories. No score, top second. Ottumwa's got Sheets, Strayer, and Rockhold due up. Ashlyn Sheets in the season opening doubleheader Only had 2 at-bats, was 0 for 2. Only played in the first game, not the second. Batting 5th in the Game 1 lineup now. If she hits well while she pitches, she might make a case to be a DP sometimes in Game 2. As she takes an off-speed pitch from Jada Hernandez-Howard that is outside for ball 1. Sheets hits from a crouch. The 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. Hernandez-Howard last year, 16-3. The ERA, 3.05. So was a very good pitcher. Obviously, the record speaks for itself, but a 3.05 ERA is not one of those unhittable pitchers, as that one's up high, 3-0. So Ottumwa expects to find some opportunities over the course of this ball game, and they hope to take advantage of them. Sheets way ahead here, 3-0, taking all the way. That paints the outside corner for a called strike, 3-1. Still a hitter's count for Ashlyn Sheets. Howard spins the ball on her right hip, now brings it home, and a swing and a miss, 3-2. Count fills, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ashlyn up near the front of that batter's box. The 3-2. Lifted in the air, down the line, and left twisting foul, and we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sheets a bit of a defensive swing there, still hit it pretty well. A little bit late on it, but again, trying to make sure it's a strike before committing. Still 3-2 to Ashlyn Sheets. To be followed by Emma Strayer and Sydney Rockhold here in the top of the second. Anybody gets on Maddie Hauk. Another 3-2. Fouled off the screen to the left, and it bounced off the screen and went right over Emma Strayer in the on-deck circle, who ducked out of the way. Still 3-2 to Sheets. Good battle here. Bright sunshine on the field. A few shadows in foul territory, third base side. Everywhere else in the bright sunshine. Another 3-2. Fouled straight back to the screen again. Sheets battling here. Howard trying to put those pitches right on that outside corner. Sheets hanging in there, hoping for either a pitch she can handle or a pitch far enough off the plate that she doesn't have to worry about it and take her base. Again, the 3-2, and there's a little flare foul off to the left. It hits the screen near the Ottumwa dugout third base side. 9-pitch at bat now for Sheets. Howard only threw 6 pitches the entire first inning. Ashlyn making her work. Still 3-2. The 10th pitch of the at bat is grounded third base side foul. And we'll see an 11th pitch. They get the ball back into Jada Hernandez-Howard, the pitcher. Sheets has fouled off 5 pitches in a row since we went 3-2. Here's the 11th pitch. Low and away, ball 4, and Sheets wins the battle. A Bulldog Walk brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa, and that was a well-earned free pass for Ashlyn Sheets. Now we'll get a courtesy runner for Ottumwa, and that'll be Hunter Caldwell. So Caldwell, the freshman, running at first. And here is Emma Strayer. Strayer only played in game 1 against Johnston last week, went 0 for 2. We've already seen Strayer show off a pretty good glove at third base on the first 2 playing dates of the season. First pitch here, inside, ball 1. Strayer out of the box, a couple of practice swings. Pink and white cleats on those feet, covering up the bottom of those red socks. Showing bunt early here, and bunted it but foul, and it rolls over to the fence right in front of us, third base side. Count even at a ball and a strike. One and one to Strayer. Mandy Moore with a different code for the players to check on their armbands. Caldwell the runner at first, nobody out, top second, no score. And the 1-1. Bounced in there, got away from the catcher. Knoops couldn't find it, and Caldwell alertly down to second. That ball rolled back and hit the umpire in the feet. Could have been a break for East, but Knoop couldn't find it. Caldwell very alertly down to second on a wild pitch. And now you've got a runner in scoring position, nobody out, and a count in the favor of Strayer, 2-1 at the plate. Now the pitch. Ground ball, third base side foul, 2-2. Here at East, the scoreboard is beyond the fence in left center field. Flagpole in dead center field. We can feel the wind here at field level, but the flag is not moving very much. That wind is blowing out to right. The 2-2. Ground ball, third base side, fielded, and the throw to first is in time as Alvarez throws out Strayer, but Caldwell advances to third on the play as Alvarez is playing in. So it's a productive out for Strayer. And with one out and a runner on third, the batter is Sidney Rockhold. Rockhold, the designated player, was 1 for 3 with a walk. No, pardon me, just 1 for 3. And she played in game 2 of the doubleheader against Johnson. First pitch here, downstairs, ball 1. Someone's got the potential first run of the game at third. Don't have a hit yet. We've had a walk, a wild pitch, and a ground out. Runner at third, 1 down. Bunt shown, bunted out towards the circle, picked up by the first baseman. Now they got Caldwell in the pickle, throw back to third. In time is the call. And there's 2 down. Caldwell a little too far down the line. Purdy charging in on the bunt at first. I think Caldwell was trying to draw the throw. But on a close play, straight a little too far off the base. I believe the tag was made by the shortstop, Cloud. So it's a 3-6 put out for the second out. Rockhold safe at first in the fielder's choice, and here's Matty Howe. First pitch. Down and in and bounced away from the catcher. Throw down to first, not in time as Rockhold gets back in safely. Knoop was able to pick that up. Rockhold slipped out there but did get back. 1-0 to Matty Howe, who was 0 for 5 against Johnston. The 1-0. Inside 2-0. Ottumwa trying to fire up the rally again. They had a runner at third and 1 out, but now a runner at first, 2 down. Lost the lead runner on an attempted bunt play. Hitters count, though, for Matty Howe, 2-0. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Up with it is Alvarez. Throw to first is in time. A little bit wide. Purdy caught it just as the runner kind of ran into her. Not too hard of a collision. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left after 1.5, no score on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the second inning, Bulldog softball brought to you by Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive. For 24/7 emergency plumbing services, including nights, holidays, and weekends, Roto-Rooter Ottumwa, your specialist in plumbing and water cleanup. By Bridge City Realty, whether you're looking to buy your next home or sell your current property, they'll be with you every step of the way. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's trusted experts. And by Community First Credit Union, because together is better. Check them out at cfirstcreditunion.com. Bottom of the second, Ottumwa nothing, East nothing, Bulldogs softball. Game 1 of our doubleheader. East with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. Lily Alvarez, Honey Hannawalt, and Jada Hernandez-Howard. Alvarez, the senior, 2 for 6 with a couple of runs batted in their season opening doubleheader against Urbandale. Right-handed batting third baseman. First pitch from the lefty Ashland Sheets, low and away, ball 1. Ottumwa's had a runner each of their first 2 innings at the plate. They don't have a hit yet, a hit batter and a walk. And that pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Bulldogs did advance the runner in the top of the second inning to third with 1 out. Then they tried a bunt, and the runner was thrown out trying to get back to third base. 1 out later, the inning was over. East has a hit, a 2-out single by Mo Purdy in the first inning, but that was all they had in their first at-bat. That pitch up high, and the count 2-1 to Alvarez. There's some trees behind the bleachers here, third base side, and the shadow from those trees is creeping into fair territory around and in front of home plate as this 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back, and the count evens at 2-2. And we see this when we come here every season, and I always wonder, does it make it a little harder to pick up that softball as a batter when you're standing in the shade and the pitcher's still in the sunshine? Here's the 2-2. Little liner foul right side, bouncing in front of first baseman Sam Weeks and rolling over towards the East dugout. Still 2-2 to Lily Alvarez. Weeks had no play on that. It was hit too low and too softly. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Sheets, bounced in there, full count 3-2. Honey Hannawalt, the right fielder, on deck. Sheets checks the arm card for the pitch, and the 3-2. Ground ball to second. Allers got it, flipped to first, and 1 down. Nice and easy. 1 away for Honey Hannawalt. Sophomore right fielder went 3 for 5 with an RBI against Urbandale. Again, East has 4 games under their belt, a split with Urbandale and 2 losses to Waukee Northwest. They didn't score in either of those games. Stats are not posted yet, so all the hitting numbers for East a little bit worse than they were after the opening doubleheader. Hannawalt, left-handed batter. Pitch was a little bit low, ball 1. Looks like Hannawalt is one of those left-handed hitters who wants to run up and slap it. We'll see if she sticks with that. No batting gloves as she stands in. 1-0 the count. 1 out, nobody on, lefty to lefty, and that pitch swung on and a little spinning pop-up that lands and rolls foul third base side. Count even at a ball and a strike. Hannawalt did not run up on that one. Second time East has had a just about an 8-foot high pop-up that lands near baseline and spins foul. 1-1 to Hannawalt. The pitch, high, 2-1. I did not have a chance to look this up. I'm just going off memory here, but Honey Hannawalt would be the latest in the line of Scarlets softball players with Sweets in their name. And we'll expound on that in a moment. That pitch on the outside corner from Sheets, 2-2. A few years ago, I believe the player that's sticking in my mind with her, I believe her first name was Courtney. It was Courtney Fudge. And East at one time, I believe, had another player with the last name of Custard. As there's a ground ball third base side, fielded by Strayer, throw to first, and Honey Hannawalt is out by a step for out number 2. So East has had Fudge and Custard and now Honey. But 2 down, nobody on, and the batter is the pitcher, Jada Hernandez-Howard. Howard was 0 for 3 in the only other game, well, the only game on the stats, a game against Urbandale, in which she also did have a sacrifice. First pitch here, lefty to righty. A little bit up and in, ball 1. No score, 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the second inning. Still kind of get the sense that these teams are feeling each other out. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball sharply past the reach of the shortstop Ware into left center field for a 2-out single. Second straight inning that East has had a 2-out hit, and that'll keep the inning going for Maya Hernandez-Howard. And Maya did not play against Urbandale. Now, again, they had 2 games against Waukee Northwest last week, but those stats aren't posted, so whatever Maya may have done in that series is unknown to us. Thank you, Mark. Number 12 will be the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Gracie Bailiff, a freshman. So Bailiff, the courtesy runner at first. And Maya Howard at the bat. First pitch. Missed off the plate, ball 1. Again, I'm singing the praises of our umpire here, but again, I shouldn't let it pass that, Mark, the umpires always announce any changes that pitches up and in ball 2. The umpires always announce substitutions and courtesy runners to the press box. Well, the press box here is down the third base line beyond the dugout. But as Mark was coming back, he also announced to the media row here of announcers the number of the player who came in, and that was good because I couldn't read the number from where I was sitting. So thank you, Mark. There's a chopper back to the circle. Sheets has it, throw to first, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. After 2, Ottumwa nothing, Des Moines East nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the 3rd inning, Bulldogs softball, brought to you by Mike and the team at Mike's Pizza, Ottumwa's favorite place to eat. By Josh, Brenda, and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. And by Reflection Studio next to New Cara Pharmacy in downtown Ottumwa. Looking good doesn't happen by chance, it happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. Bulldogs nothing, Des Moines East nothing as Ottumwa bats in the top of the 3rd. Each team has sent 4 batters to the plate in the first, 4 batters to the plate in the second. Ottumwa had a batter each in each inning. Without a hit, we had a hit batter and a walk. East has had 2 out singles in each inning, but that's it. Avery Frankie will lead it off in the top of the order, Ware and Aller. Frankie, just 0 for 1 on the young season. First pitch, ground ball foul, third base side, strike 1. Oh and 1 to the Bulldog left fielder. Frankie, just a freshman. Pitch from Howard, high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind blowing gently out to right, kind of towards that right field corner. As the 1-1 pitch bounced in there, and did it hit her? Yes, it did. Second hit batter of the game by Howard. And Ottumwa has a leadoff hitter on for the 2nd inning in a row. The speedy Frankie, top of the order for Jocelyn Ware, who grounded back to the circle her first time up. See if Ottumwa can turn this into something. First pitch to Ware. Missed high, ball 1. Jocelyn digs back in. Runner at first, nobody out, the 1-0. Bounced in there, 2-0. Hitters count for Ware. Howard in the circle, struggling a bit with the control. She's walked 1, she's hit a couple others. She's been behind in a few counts. Ottumwa doesn't have a hit as of yet. Now the 2-0. Pop foul off to the right out of play, 2-1. No score, top 3. Ottumwa Getting the leadoff hitter on a hit by pitch, the number 9 hitter in the order reaching base. Top of the order with a chance to make something happen. Here's the 2-1 to Ware. Way high, 3-1. All are on deck. Hitters count for Ware, 3 balls and a strike. Howard into the wind and the pitch. Way high all the way to the backstop, ball 4. Would have been a wild pitch, but with ball 4, it's just simply advance Frankie to second. Ware to first. Second walk drawn by Ottumwa today, brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. And here's Ella Aller, who was robbed of a hit on a diving catch by the second baseman, Maya Howard, back in the first inning. Now, does Ottumwa try to bunt here? Put 2 in scoring position? We'll see. First pitch to Ella. It's high, ball 1. No sign of a bunt there. Now, when Ottumwa did bunt in the second inning, they were taking the first pitch and then trying to lay one down, so a bunt could still be on, but right now, as wild as Howard is, I'm not sure you want to give anything away. Here's the 1-0. Way high again, 2-0. The last 3 pitches, really the last 4 pitches, have been well up. One of them got all the way to the backstop. The other 3 had the catcher Knoop jumping out to grab him, and now James Dubois, the head coach of East, is out to try to settle down his pitcher. Usually when a pitcher starts missing badly and in the same area, there's, most of the time at least, there's a fundamental thing. There's a mechanical thing, and sometimes the coach can see that and goes out and says, hey, you're doing this wrong. But sometimes it's hard to make out. But the coach just goes out there to try to break up the rhythm. Say, all right, take a deep breath, relax for a minute. In fact, Coach Dubois is headed back to the dugout, and the whole rest of the infield stayed there for a few more moments talking. Now as our home plate umpire, Mark Amadeo, goes out, they break it up and head back to their spots. So 2-0 to Aller. Hitters count, 2 on, nobody out. Come on, kid. Top 3. Bulldogs trying to break the scoreless tie. 2-0 pitch to Aller. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt of the catcher Knoop, 2-1. Boy, Ella with a violent swing, and that's how she's always swung. She does not get cheated at the plate, 2-1. The next offering. There's a little flare out beyond second. It'll be caught on the edge of the outfield grass by the second baseman, Maya Howard, for out number 1. So still first and second, now 1 away, and the batter Amber Schatz, who was hit by a pitch her first time up. Schatz digs in. And the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Coming around third is Frankie. She's on her way home. Here's a throw to the plate. It is not in time. RBI single, Amber Schatz. Ottumwa strikes first, 1-0. Just past the diving shortstop Cloud. Schatz has her first RBI of the season. And Ottumwa finally cashes in some of the free base runners. We'll get a courtesy runner. It'll once again be Ella Thompson for Schatz. Ware stopped at second. And with still 2 on and 1 out, now a 1-0 Ottumwa lead. The batter Jordan Pauls, who flew out to deep center her first time up. Ottumwa has its first lead of the season. Nice to have it against our old conference rival East. First pitch to Jordan. There's a ground ball, diving stop at third, and near third. And as the shortstop Cloud picked it up, tried to throw it to Alvarez at third, threw it away, but not far enough away for runners to advance. That's going to be an infield hit for Pauls. So it was past a diving Alvarez at third base when Cloud made a dive deep in the hole at short to get it. And then from her knees tried to throw back to third. The throw got away. It was in the dirt. It's an infield hit for Pauls, and the base is loaded for Ashlyn Sheets. And Sheets with the liner. Is that caught in the air? It was caught in the air, and it's a double play to end the inning. A low line drive caught by Alvarez, and she simply steps on third as Ware thought that ball was going to be a ground ball and ran down the line, so a double play ends the inning just like that. Tough break for the Dogs. They do get a run on a hit, on 2 hits, and they leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Ottumwa leading 1-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Ottumwa breaks through. An RBI hit by Amber Schatz, and the Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead. Again, the last 2 at-bats of that top of the 3rd inning, it all happened so fast, we're still kind of scrambling to keep up. So let's recap it for you. After the Schatz RBI hit, Jordan Pauls hit a slow roller to the left side. It was past the third baseman Alvarez, who made a dive for it. The shortstop Cloud dove and stopped it. Tried to get up to her knees and throw it to third as she was falling back down. The throw bounced away, but the runner, Jocelyn Ware, stayed at third. The very next pitch to Ashlyn Sheets hit a low-line drive that the third baseman Alvarez caught before it hit the dirt. Ware, I believe, thought that ball was going to hit the dirt, and thinking she was forced home, took off, but then the ball caught in the air, and all Alvarez had to do was go back and touch third for the inning-ending double play. So now it'll be 9-1-2 in the East order. Emma Rounds in the top of the order, Alicia Cloud and Kiana Jabu. Rounds, a left fielder, a senior, 0 for 4 in the season opening doubleheader, and struck out all 4 times. And we don't have the stats from their 3rd and 4th games, but give you an idea of how they've done early. Ashlyn Sheets blows it right by Rounds, swing and a miss by the right-handed hitter, 0-1. Right-handed hitter again, no batting gloves. Sheets with the 0-1. Grounder right side foul, and it's 0-2. Ashlyn has allowed 2 hits in the first 2 innings, both of them 2-out singles. No harm came from either one of them. She has 1 strikeout and 5 ground ball outs. That's a good sign. Here's the 0-2. Foul off to the right off the screen. Still 0-2 to Emma Rounds. Sheets has the pitch call from Mandy Moore. Checks the arm card. Spins the ball on her left hip. Now brings it home. Outside, 1-2. One nothing Ottumwa, bottom of the 3rd. Bulldogs a run on 2 hits. East no runs on 2 hits. The 1-2. High, 2-2. Well, couldn't get her to chase. I think now you've got to come back in the zone. You don't want to get to 3-2. East paid for letting the number 9 hitter get on base to lead off the top of the 3rd on a hit batter. Ottumwa does not want to return the favor and walk Rounds here, and they don't. Pitches on the inside corner, called strike 3, 1 down. Second strikeout for Sheets, both looking, brought to you by Sonic Drive-In in Ottumwa. Here's Alicia Cloud, who grounded sharply to third her first time up. Wind picks up a bit again, blowing out to right. Sheets brings it home, and it's high off the glove of Amber Schatz, ball 1. Well, you think back to that top of the 3rd on the slow roller hit by Pauls. Could have driven in a run as that pitch is hit high in the air, deep to right. Going back is Pauls, has room, makes the catch, 2 down. Alicia Cloud trying to take advantage of that wind blowing out to right, but didn't quite get enough of it. It's the first fly ball out by East. And that brings up Kiana Jabu, who was called out on strikes her first time up. But going back to that slow roller, if it gets by the shortstop Claude, Ware probably scores from second because it would have kind of died out there in no man's land in shallow left field. Both the third baseman and shortstop had already made a dive for it. Off-speed pitch outside to Jabu, ball one. And it would have been a long run in for the left field around. So if that ball had gotten through, Ottumwa probably has more than a one-run lead. The 1-0 popped up left side shallow. Underneath it, right on the edge of the grass, is the shortstop Ware to make the catch and retire the side, and Sheets sets the Scarlets down in order. We go to the fourth, Ottumwa 1, East nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the fourth inning. Ottumwa 1, Des Moines East nothing. Game one of our softball doubleheader here on KBIZ. Brought to you by Family First Chiropractic, West 2nd Street, Ottumwa, delivering an elevated level of holistic care for the entire family, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure their clients receive the best results as fast as possible. Jada Hernandez-Howard has allowed a run on 2 hits through 3 innings. Both of those hits came in the third inning. Amber Schatz had the RBI single, then that slow roller for an infield hit by Pauls. And unfortunately, the ball didn't get through. If it gets through, Ottumwa gets a run on the play, and then the line out by Sheets would have only been the second out because there wouldn't have been anybody to double off at third. So who knows what Ottumwa could have done. Instead, it'll be Strayer, Rockhold, and Hauk. Strayer grounded to third her first time up. First pitch to Emma here. Grounded to third again. Fielded on the short hop by Alvarez. Throw to first in time, 1 down. That brings up Sydney Rockhold, who, with a runner at third and 1 out in the second inning, laid down a bunt. And I'm not sure what Ottumwa, I'm not 100% sure what the plan was, but the runner at third ended up getting thrown out trying to go back to third base, and Rockhold was safe on a fielder's choice. Here she hits a little flare out to second, leaping catch again. Maya Hernandez-Howard, the second baseman, with another fine defensive play, 2 down. 2 down for Maddie Hauk, who grounded to third her first time up. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the fourth inning for Howard. Boy, off the bat there, I thought Rockhold had just lined directly to Howard, as that pitch is a strike to Hauk, 1-0. Because I thought the line drive was a little bit lower, but it kept carrying, and then Howard out at second had to adjust and make a small leap to make the catch. Nearly got over her head. Hauk shows bunt, pulls the bat back. The pitch misses. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Annie Moore tells her to find her pitch. 1-1 to Hauk. The next offering. Popped up back behind the plate, out of play. And the count is 1-2. Two out, nobody on, top 4. Jada Howard trying to set Ottumwa down in order for the first time. Bulldogs with a 1-0 lead. The 1-2 pitch to Hauk. Off speed in there, called strike 3. Froze her with the changeup, and the inning is over. Bulldogs down in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Ottumwa 1, East nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you, great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the fourth inning. It's almost still nursing a 1-0 lead. Game one of our doubleheader here at Des Moines East. The Scarlets have Mo Purdy, Cora Cadup, and Lily Alvarez due up against Bulldog lefty Ashlyn Sheets. Sheets has struck out 2, has given up 2 hits. Mo Purdy has one of those 2 hits, a 2-out single back in the first inning. Powerful right-handed batter will dig in for her second plate appearance of the day. Sheets toes the rubber. The lefty brings it home. And it's a fly ball to right. Paul's drifting to her right, makes the catch for out number 1. Second East right-handed hitter that's tried to go the other way with that wind blowing towards the right field corner, but that was pretty routine for Paul. She did have to shield her eyes from the sun, but the visor did its job. 1 down for Cora Cadup, who grounded to second her first time up. Sheets brings it home, and a swing and a miss had her out in front, strike 1. 0-1 the count to the Scarlet catcher. Ashlyn's pitch, fouled over the screen and over the trees. Out towards the part of the parking lot that, Annie, we will never park in because we don't want to get our windshield dinged by a foul ball. 0-2 to Cadup. Sheets rocks and fires. And a ground ball fielded nicely to her left by Ware, the shortstop, over to first in time, 2 up, 2 down. Off the bat, I worried that might sneak up the middle for a base hit, but Ware made it look routine. The batter, Lily Alvarez, who grounded to second her first time up. One nothing Ottumwa, bottom fourth. Good pitchers duel to open conference play. First pitch. Ground ball slowly third base side. Strayer's got it. Throw to first in a very easy 1-2-3 fourth inning for Ashlyn Sheets. We go to the fifth. Bulldogs 1, Scarlets nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the fifth inning. Ottumwa 1, Des Moines East nothing. Game 1 of our softball doubleheader. Good to have you with us on a Tuesday. I know it feels like a Monday, but yesterday was Memorial Day, the holiday. So a short week this week. I think we're all happy about that. We're on the air 3 times this week. Tonight here we're doing softball on the road to Des Moines East. Tomorrow, Ottumwa Baseball has another top 10 matchup, a doubleheader at home versus Waukee. Finally get that home opener for Ottumwa Baseball tomorrow. And then we'll have softball, their home opener Thursday against Dowling. So some tough competition this week, but we're looking forward to some fun ball games. You can hear everything tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday on KBIZ and on the live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Avery Frankie leads off the fifth inning and fouls it straight back 0-1. Frankie was hit by a pitch and scored the only run of the game to this point back in the third inning. Jada Hernandez-Howard through 4 innings has just 1 strikeout. Frankie takes an off-speed pitch inside 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Howard has walked 2 and has hit 2 batters, but way ahead here. Now the 0-2. Way outside, 1-2. Ware and Aller to follow here in the 5th. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back as Frankie stays alive, still 1-2. Ottumwa's had several at-bats where they've battled and fouled off pitches with 2 strikes, most notably the leadoff walk drawn in the 2nd inning by Sheets. Saw 11 pitches before finally drawing that walk. Another 1-2 to Frankie. Popped up shallow center. Late start by Jabu and a sliding catch. Hangs onto it for out number 1.
Let's go.
And she gets up. Hope she's okay. Yep. That ball went into the air, and you could tell Jabu for a moment couldn't find it looking into the sun. Has sunglasses on, but still didn't see it right away and got a late jump on it, but made a sliding catch. And there's 1 away. Jocelyn Ware, the batter, has bounced back to the circle and has walked. And there's a pop-up foul right side that'll land out of everybody's reach up against the fence down the right field line for strike 1. On 1 to Ware. 1 out, nobody on, top 5. Ottumwa leading 1-0. The pitch from Howard. High, 1 ball, 1 strike.
There you go.
Home plate completely in shadow from the tree that's behind us, behind the bleachers here, third base side. The circle's still in bright sunshine, the 1-1. Fly ball to left, pretty well hit, but it'll stay in the park, and the left fielder rounds to make the catch in the alley for out number 2. That ball carried pretty well, but it was shy of the track out there and didn't sound all that great off the bat. 2 down for Ella Aller, who is lined to second on a diving catch by the second baseman, Maya Howard, and also popped out to second. First pitch to Aller. Ground ball to third, foul down the line. And it's 0-1. It is very difficult in softball to sneak a grounder fair down the line because 99.9% of third basemen in softball are playing right near the line. First baseman may be a little further off, but not much. Off-speed pitch misses well high, and the count evens at a ball and a strike to Ella. Aller trying to get on base with Amber Schatz on deck. 2 down, top 5. And the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball in the hole at short, fielded by Claude. The throw to first. Not in time! An infield hit for the speedy Ella Aller. She beats it out. And that'll keep the inning alive for Amber Schatz, who's been hit by a pitch and has an RBI single. Now an opportunity for Schatz, who has the most power of anybody on this team. Runner at first and 2 down after the infield hit by Ella Aller. The pitch to Schatz. Down and in, ball 1. Two outs, Schatz looking for something she can drive. The 1-0. Swing and a foul back to the screen, 1-1. That pitch was down around her ankles and hit the screen right in front of us so hard it kicked up some of that infield dirt onto her legs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sometimes, Andy, we get to go home with little souvenirs of the field in our shoes. 1-1. Pitch on the way. Line drive, left field, base hit. That'll be cut off by Mounds, and a big turn at second by Aller, but she'll hang on. Shots 2 for 3, back-to-back 2-out hits. And the batter, Jordan Pauls, who has flied to deep center and reached on an infield hit. Again, we will see Ella Thompson be the courtesy runner for shots. So here's Pauls, who, when she hit the ball hard, she made an out, and when she didn't hit the ball hard, she had a base hit. Well, that's softball for you. RBI chance here. Pitch downstairs. Pauls lays off, good eye, ball one. Boy, a line drive into the gap would be just what the doctor ordered here. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Ground ball foul, third base side. Count evens at 1-1. Howard trying to keep the ball down. Didn't get the pitch to Amber Schatz down enough, and she ripped a laser beam line drive into left field. Put runners at first and second. Now Paul's trying to cash it in with 2 down. The pitch. Ground ball foul, third base side again, and Pauls will have to protect the plate. Down to the count, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Aller at second. She had an infield hit. Thompson at first, a courtesy runner for shots. The 1-2 to Jordan Pauls. Bounced it in there. Gets away from the catcher, and alertly both runners advance. The ball only rolled about 3 feet away, but it is a wild pitch, and now 2 in scoring position. 2-2 to Pauls with Ashlyn Sheets on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Pop foul back and out of play. That ball was rising on Jordan Pauls. I know why she wanted to swing. She has seen so many pitches down in this at-bat. Had one that came in higher, wanted to drive it. Still got to protect it, 2-2. The pitch. Popped up, left side. Should be playable for Alvarez. The third baseman makes the catch to retire the side. Ottumwa gets a pair of 2-out singles, but strands them in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Bulldogs do lead 1-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hello, this is Lisa Bittner, Clinic Manager with Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine. We specialize in pediatrics to geriatrics, internal medicine, and family practice, basically from babies to grandparents. We are here for you. We want to be your primary care provider. Call us at 641-683-0800 to schedule an appointment. Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic, 522 North Hancock Street in Ottumwa. Your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercyone.org.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Bulldogs 1, Des Moines East 0. Bulldogs softball brought to you by Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic, your local pediatric provider. Mercy One Ottumwa, your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercyone.org. By Lisco, Southeast Iowa's leader in fiber optic telecommunications, Lisco of Fairfield. And by Lee's Photography, Ottumwa, capturing all the special moments in your life, such as weddings, sports, senior photos, family portraits, and more. Lee's Photography on East 2nd Street across from the Courier in Ottumwa, capturing memories to last a lifetime. 6, 7, and 8 in the Scarlet order due up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Honey Hannawalt, Jada Howard, and Maya Howard. Hannawalt grounded to third her first time up. Ashlyn Sheets through 4 innings, has allowed 2 hits, and has struck out 2. She set down the last 7 batters she's faced. First pitch here to Hannawalt. Ground ball to second. Aller's got it over to first and quickly 1 down. Sheets has been a ground ball inducing machine in this game. That's 8 ground ball outs. Here is Jada Hernandez Howard. Singled her first time up. Pitcher versus pitcher here. Sheets, the lefty, brings it home. And it's off the plate outside, ball 1. And Ottumwa baseball also playing at Des Moines East. That's on the diamond beyond the left field fence of the softball diamond here, but we can't see the scoreboard. That pitch low and away in the count 2-0. If nothing else, when we end game one here, we will run over during the break and check on how baseball's doing and provide an update before the start of our softball game 2. One out, nobody on. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Sheets to Howard. Called a strike on a check swing, 2-1. A few more Ottumwa fans making their way into the seating area here at East. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Little flare right to the first baseman Weeks for out number 2. Soft line drive. 2 up, 2 down. 9 in a row set down now by Sheets. And the batter, Maya Hernandez-Howard, who bounced back to the circle her first time up.
Next batter be number 3, Maya Howard.
So the younger of the 2 Howards in the lineup stands in. There are actually 3 of these sisters on their roster. Jada Hernandez-Howard, a senior, Maya, a sophomore, Lona, an 8th grader, and there's a ground ball up the middle by Maya, base hit. So the 9 in a row is snapped on the 2-out hit by Maya Hernandez-Howard. 3rd hit of the game for the Scarlets. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Emma Rounds, called out on strikes her first time up.
That'll bring number 2, Emma Rounds, to the batter's box.
Ashlyn Sheets last year averaged more than a strikeout an inning. Again, this is only her 2nd start, but she is not on that pace right now. She only had 2 strikeouts in 4 1/3 innings in the Johnston game. As there's a strike to Rounds, 0-1. Only 2 strikeouts through 4 2/3 innings here. But she is facing a batter she struck out back in the 3rd inning. Runner at first, 2 down. Ottumwa leading 1-0. East batting bottom 5. The 0-1. Low and away, good stop on the backhand by Schatz. That'll keep the runner at first. Count evens at a ball and a strike. One and one to Rounds, the left fielder. The pitch. Ground ball, 1 hop right to Weeks at first, steps on the bag, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We've played 5 in game 1. Ottumwa leading East 1-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the 6th inning. Ottumwa coming to bat looking for a little insurance here. They lead East 1-0. Game 1 of our conference season opening doubleheader for Bulldog softball and for East softball, as a matter of fact. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the Ottumwa order. Sheets, Strayer, and Rockhold. Ashlyn's 0 for 1, walked on an 11-pitch at bat in the 2nd inning, and then lined into a double play, not really her fault, in the 3rd. Not really anybody's fault. Low line drive at the 3rd baseman with the bases loaded. If the ball bounces, the runner has to go. So can't blame anybody for that one. Sheets this time lifts it to center. It's well hit, but it's right at the center fielder, Jabu, for out number 1.
Sheets was the batter. Deep ball right to center.
Well, Ottumwa, I remember when we played Johnston last week. It didn't go well in the end, but we had some good swings. It just didn't get good results. Balls hit at fielders, and we've seen a little bit of that today as well. Here's Emma Strayer, who's grounded to 3rd twice, 0 for 2. First pitch from Jada Howard, bounced in there, ball 1. Ottumwa, 1 run on 4 hits. East, no runs on 3 hits. Been a well-played ball game, no errors either side. One out, nobody on top 6. 1-0 the count to Emma Strayer. And a liner, one hop, nice pick by the shortstop. Claude throws to first, 2 down. Another time where Ottumwa hits the ball hard and nothing to show for it. And that'll bring up Sydney Rockhold, who reached on a fielder's choice in the second and lined out on a leaping catch by the second baseman, Maya Howard, in the 4th. Rockhold digs in. First pitch, high and away, ball 1. Rockhold, at least last season, was Ottumwa's 3rd pitcher, had 7 appearances behind Sheets and Chloe Bradley. That pitch downstairs, 2-0. Presumably, she'd be the 3rd pitcher this year, although obviously early in the season, but now she's getting some more playing time as a hitter. Ahead in the count, 2-0, and the pitch taken all the way. That's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. 2 out, nobody on top 6, 1-0 Ottumwa. If Rockhold can get on, Maddie Hauk would get a chance this inning. The 2-1. Down and in, 3-1. You just find a way to get on base. Even if you reach with 2 out and then an out is made, you've come one step closer to turning the lineup over. East was able to do that. They got their number 9 hitter to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, so they'll have the top of the order in the bottom of the 6th. But Rockhold pops it up shallow center. Who wants it? Jabu, the center fielder, makes a basket catch, and the side is retired in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ottumwa 1, East nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Performance Pipe in Bloomfield is hiring. They have 3 classifications open for hire: molding operators, a molding setup, and a maintenance position. Performance Pipe offers a competitive benefit package including medical, life insurance, pension plan, 401k, paid vacation, and holidays. Applicants must be 18 years or older, have a high school diploma or GED, and a valid driver's license. To apply, go to cpchem.com. Click Careers, type in Bloomfield to see the details of each job and apply for the one that best suits you. Or Google Performance Pipe in Bloomfield and ask for D. Chevron Phillips Chemical Company is an equal opportunity affirmative action employer.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Ottumwa still leading Des Moines East 1-0. Game 1 of our softball doubleheader here in the capital city. East with the top of the order due up. Big inning here for Ashlyn Sheets, who has been rolling through 5 innings. She's allowed only 3 hits. She has struck out 2. 9 ground ball outs among the 15 she has recorded. Alicia Claude will lead it off. She's grounded to third and fly to right. She'll be followed by Kiana Jabu and Mo Purdy. Wind continues to blow out towards the right field corner. It's not as windy as it's been in Iowa the past, 6 months, it feels like. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Claude tried to get one up into that jet stream to right, but it was caught near the warning track by Jordan Pauls out there. That was back in the 3rd inning. Ashlyn Sheets, the lefty, brings home the 1-0. And a fly ball to right. Coming in is Pauls and makes the catch on the run for out number 1. That'll bring up Jabu, the center fielder, who has struck out and popped out to short. We mentioned that Jabu's softball journey, and she is being regarded closely by several Division I schools this summer, her senior year, her final year in a high school uniform. But her journey a little unconventional. As she swings and misses strike 1. Didn't play her first couple of years of high school. She was playing summer travel ball for Iowa Premier, and her dad, James Jabu, was the coach there. But when James Jabu took over head coaching last year for East, Kiana decided to play for the Scarlets. So she went from travel ball to high school ball for her last 2 years. Pitch outside, 1-1. And a left-handed hitter, a lot of speed, some pop in the bat. A lot of schools would love to have her in their lineup next spring. The 1-1, bunts it back to the third baseman, Strayer, throw to first. Not in time. A one-out bunt single by the speedy Jabu, and now you've got to watch her run. Now, she was caught stealing by Urbandale last week. So she's 0 for 1. At least she was 0 for 1 after their first two games. Again, if you missed it earlier, East is 1-3. They lost a doubleheader without scoring in either game against Waukee Northwest, but we have no stats for that twin bill last week. One on, one out. Potential tying run at first, and the pitch. High ball one. Sheets might be thinking about Jabu running at first. That pitch popped the glove with more velocity than anything else she's thrown, and now Mandy Moore out to talk to her pitcher. East has not had many chances to run. They've only had 3. This is only their fourth base runner. The first one was Mo Purdy with 2 out in the first, and she's not a big base stealer. They had a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Howard, in the second inning, a freshman that they didn't send with 2 outs. And then Maya Howard had a 2-out hit in the fifth. So this is the first time they've had somebody on base with less than 2 out in the game. And the first time they've had one of their real base stealing threats. Well, they also have their best hitter at the plate in Purdy, 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to right. 1-0 to Purdy. Pitch on the way. A little bit low, 2-0. A 1-out bunt single by Jabu. Sheet spins the ball on her hip and brings it home, and it bounces in there 3-0. That's only the second 3-ball count that Sheets has gone to in this game. The other one was way back in the second inning. Here's the 3-0 in their first strike, 3-1. Sluggers count for the sophomore slugger Mo Purdy. Sheets needs to make a good pitch here. 1 on, 1 out. 1-0 Ottumwa top 6. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Put that one right by her. Turning point in this game. 3-2, 1 out to the Scarlets' best power threat. Runner at first. The pitch, low ball 4. First walk issued, and it comes at a tough time. Now the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first. They did not run for Purdy when she reached back in the first inning. And it doesn't look like they'll run for her here as Cora Canup comes up. Canup is grounded to second and grounded to short. Can Sheets pitch her way out of a jam here? Somewhat clinging to a 1-0 lead. 2 on, 1 out. Best threat East has had all day. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Ashland checks the pitch card on her right arm and brings home the 1-0. Little pop-up third base side, and it's going to land foul in front of a sprinting Emma Strayer over near the on-deck circle there. Just didn't stay in the air long enough. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Boy, if that could have just stayed airborne for another second, would have been a big second out. 1-1 the count. The pitch from Sheets. Ground ball, knocked down, picked up, throw to third, not in time. Ground ball off the glove of Strayer, picked up by Ware behind her. Tried to throw back to Strayer at third, but sliding in safely was Jabu as Strayer was about a step behind the bag. And they are loaded for Lily Alvarez, who's grounded out twice. That'll be an infield hit. And perhaps now with the We will get a courtesy runner for Canoe, but I got confused there. Purdy is playing first. She caught last year, but she's at first. Now they get a courtesy runner for the catcher, Canoe. Mariah Rice is the courtesy runner at first. And here's Alvarez. Boy, Sheets could use a strikeout here. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. 1-0 Ottumwa, but East with the tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. Bases are loaded with only one out. Boy, and that ball deflected off of Strayer's glove, went right to where I thought maybe Ottumwa would get an out. There's a little looper. Pass to drawn in infield. One run is in. Purdy around third. Here's a throw to the plate. It is not in time. A two-run single for Alvarez, and East leads 2-1. The infield was in for Ottumwa, and that ball just got over the head of Ware. Wasn't hit all that hard. So 2 runs come home. Stopping at second is Rice. And the batter is Hannawald, who's grounded out twice. First pitch, in there for a strike, 0-1. Jabu with a bunt single with one out, Purdy walk, Canoop an infield hit, and then Alvarez the 2-run single. Lefty to lefty here, the 0-1. Swung on and fouled at the plate, strike 2. The pitcher, Jada Hernandez-Howard, on deck. Ottumwa in the 7th will have 8, 9, and 1. Houck, Frankie, and Ware due up. All of a sudden, the Bulldogs are 3 outs away from dropping game 1. That pitch outside, 1-2. Right now, Sheets just trying to get her team back into the dugout, only down 1. One and 2 to Hannawald. Sheets brings it home. Just off the plate inside, 2-2. Mariah Rice, the courtesy runner at second. Alvarez, the runner at first. The 2-2 pitch from Sheets. Ground ball back to the circle. She'll make the easy play to first, and there's 2 down as runners advance to second and third. And now the batter is Jada Hernandez-Howard, who singled in the 2nd inning and lined out softly to first in the 5th. East 2, Ottumwa 1. Bottom of the 6th inning, East has turned it around with a pair of late runs. They've got insurance runs in scoring position, 2nd and 3rd. 2 down, though, in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fooled her on that one. Took something off for strike 1. Oh and 1 the count. Pitcher to pitcher here. These two have battled both ways today. This pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. Oh and 2 to Howard. Sheets trying to get out of the inning with no further damage. The pitch, low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Couldn't get her to chase. One and 2 to Howard. Sheets brings it home, downstairs. Good stop in the dirt by Shots, 2 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Maya Howard on deck. Someone does not want to see her bat this inning. The 2-2. Outside, 3 and 2. Well, let me put a qualifier on what I just said. Ottumwa doesn't want to see Maya Howard bat this inning, but first base is open. So you don't have to just throw it down the middle here. A walk takes away your margin for error, but it doesn't change the score. Second and third, 2 down. The 3-2. Ground ball back to the circle. Sheets has it, throw to first, inning over. So Sheets avoids further damage, but the Scarlets get 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2. Last chance for Ottumwa in game 1. 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. East leading 2-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi everyone, this is Karina Drummond with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. We are a full-service salon offering hair, nail, brow, lash, facial, and waxing services. We also handle weddings, proms, and other large events with multiple person makeover sessions, so contact us early to get booked for your next event. We thank all of our loyal customers for your patronage and invite all newcomers to join our salon family. And remember, looking good doesn't happen by chance, it happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. Like Reflection Studio on Facebook and visit reflectionstudio.com. That's Reflections with a Z.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the 7th inning, last chance in game 1 for OHS. The Bulldogs led 1-0 from the 3rd inning on until the bottom of the 6th inning when East got a 2-run single from Lily Alvarez. OHS with 8-9-1 due up here in the top of the 7th, and they'll start by going to their bench. Anna Wellings, the senior, will pinch hit for Maddie Hauk. Wellings did not appear in the Johnston doubleheader. Now, I would guess that if Wellings gets on base, Hauk will be reinserted to run. But right now, Wellings trying to get on base against Jada Hernandez-Howard, who's allowed just a single run on 4 hits. First pitch, bounced in there, ball 1. Nearly got a piece of her. Howard has hit 2 batters. She's walked 2. Ottumwa had a runner on third, 1 out in the 2nd inning, failed to score. Had the bases loaded, 1 out after scoring in the 3rd inning and lined into a double play. Had 2nd and 3rd, 2 out in the 5th inning and couldn't bring anybody home. And Wellings pops it foul back out of play. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Avery Frankie is on deck in the top of the order. Jocelyn Ware down a run, 3 outs to go. Wellings trying to start a comeback rally. The 1-1. Swung on and fouled at the plate, 1-2. Wellings a senior. Digs back in, down 1-2. Howard brings it home. Off speed, up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think you could guess that time off-speed pitch was coming. She concealed the ball in her glove, and you could see her trying to adjust the grip before she brought the pitch home. So it seemed like it wasn't just going to be a rise ball. Now the 2-2. High, 3-2. Howard has been a little bit wild. Again, 2 walks, 2 hit batters. It settled down to the wildness after the 3rd inning, but big pitch here. 3-2 to Wellings, leading off the top of the 7th. Dogs down a run. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 1. Only the 2nd strikeout for Howard, and the batter is Avery Frankie. Frankie has been hit by a pitch and scored the only Ottumwa run so far. She has also flied out to center. She's got to find a way to get on base. First pitch, high, ball 1. Frankie, at this point, you would think is in take till you get a strike mode. 1-0 to the Bulldog left fielder. The pitch. Well, she was swinging, and she fouled it off to the left near Jocelyn Ware in the on-deck circle. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Ottumwa down 2-1. Bulldogs scored their run in the 3rd. East rallied with 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Ottumwa needs a rally of its own. 1 out, nobody on, top 7. The 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Frankie digs back into that dirt in the right-handed box. The pitch. Bounced it in there, 3-1. Well, Howard is flirting with giving Ottumwa a base runner. It was 3-2 on Wellings. Got the strikeout, 3-1 here on Frankie. I wonder, does Avery have a take sign here, 3-1? Or will they let her swing if it's in the zone? The 3-1. Low ball 4. Third walk issued by Howard. Another Ottumwa walk brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. You've got the tying run now at first, only 1 out. Jocelyn Ware at bat, 0 for 2 of the walk. Flew out to left on a pretty well hit ball her last time up. First pitch. Pop foul off to the right out of play, strike 1. You've got good table-setting hitters now in Ware and Aller. Your best RBI player, Schatz, is in the hole. The 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Knoop thought about a throw down to first, but Frankie wasn't very far off the bag. Again, 1 out, so you've got to get at least 1 more base runner if you want Schatz to figure into this ball game 1 more time. The 1-1. High, 2-1. Again, Knoop bluffed to throw to first, but Avery Frankie is not that far off the bag. 2-1 to Ware. Howard brings it home. And a ground ball left side through the whole base hit. Frankie will stop at second as Rounds gets it back in. But now the tying run in scoring position, the go-ahead run at first, still only 1 out. And the batter, Ella Aller, who is 1 for 3 with a single. Again, the PA announcer mispronounces her name. Should probably go up there between games and say it's Aller. Frankie at second, Ware at first. Good speed on the bases. The pitch. Bounced in there, ball 1. A good stop by Knoop, the catcher. Only 1 out. Boy, with second and third would look real good right here if Howard wants to struggle with the command a little bit more. Here's the 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. Hitters count for Aller. Time called for a moment here, and Coach Jabu for East is heading out to the circle with, I think, perhaps a rosin bag for Aller. Maybe a new one. Maybe the old one is losing its usefulness. This will be a conference as well. Count is 2-0 to Aller. I'm guessing the main purpose of that visit was to calm down his pitcher. He did a similar thing in the 3rd inning. Frankie at second, Ware at first, 1 out. Ottumwa down a run, top 7, but threatening. 2-0 to Aller. The pitch. Lined into center, but that's going to hang up there for Jabu, and there's 2 down. Well, Ottumwa does at least get Amber Schatz to the plate. Schatz is 2 for 2 with an RBI single. She's also been hit by a pitch. She drove in Ottumwa's only run in the 3rd inning. Had another line drive single in the 5th. She's the batter you want right here. You've got the speedy Frankie at second. Frankie scored on the last Schatz hit. Will it happen again to tie the game? The pitch. Way high, ball 1. Boy, Howard has flirted with a wild pitch a few times in this inning. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Ware at first and the first baseman Purdy look like they're having a friendly conversation, both of them smiling and laughing. Here's the 1-0. Pop foul off to the left out of play. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Bo Purdy's been smiling and joking around with teammates, opponents, and everybody. She always plays with a smile on her face. I know she's an opponent, but she's fun to watch. Right now, the game, though, at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Ottumwa down a run. 1-1 to Amber Schatz. The pitch. Off speed. That missed. 2-1. A little bit high. That's a big call right there. There's a big difference between a 2-1 count and a 1-2 count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Amber looking for something to drive. The pitch. Pop foul back out of play. Ottumwa down to its last strike at 2-2. Well, this game's had about everything you could ask for. A lot of drama late. Can Amber Schatz author one more twist in the plot? 2-1 East, 2 out, 2 on, 2-2 count. Deuces all over the place. Howard's pitch to Schatz. Ground ball sharply knocked down by the third baseman Alvarez. She won't have a play. The bases are loaded. That maybe saved a run. I don't know if the shortstop Claude would have gotten there. It was hard hit. If it gets through, Frankie probably scores from second. But now the bases are loaded on the infield hit. And the batter, Jordan Pauls, who was 1 for 3 with an infield hit of her own. We will one more time get the courtesy runner, Thompson, for Pauls. Ella Thompson's been a courtesy runner 4 times, as Schatz has reached all 4 times. Now here's Pauls. Bases loaded, 2 out. The pitch. Low ball 1. If you get a pitch to hit, you want to drive it, but you don't want to chase. And if Howard wants to pitch herself into trouble, a walk would tie this game. Now the 1-0. Way high all the way to the backside. Coming home, Frankie. She is safe. And we're tied on the round pitch at 2. Well, didn't have to wait for 4 balls for the Wildness to help Ottumwa there. And the Bulldogs are not done. Now you've got second and third. The go-ahead run at third. A 2-0 count to Pauls. Now, if I was East right here, I would probably walk Pauls and pitch to Sheets, although I don't know if you trust Howard with the bases loaded. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball, third base side, foul, just down the line. Boy, Ware was home and Mandy Moore was sending Thompson home around third, but she didn't look down at home plate umpire Mark Amadeo was calling it right down the line, and it was foul. Count is 2-1. Boy, that was inches away from being a 2-run single for the lead, or to double. And there's a ground ball, again just foul down the third base line, 2-2. And Ware, I think, I couldn't quite hear what she yelled back to the dugout, but it's probably something to the effect of, stop hitting it at me. She's leading off in foul territory, and that ball's coming almost right at her. 2-2 to Pauls, trying to give Ottumwa the lead, top 7. The pitch. High, 3-2. Ashlyn Sheets, the pitcher, on deck. Ottumwa off the mat after losing the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning, tying it back up, top 7. Chance to retake the lead here. The 3-2 to Pauls. Ground ball slowly, foul third base side. And we'll do it again. Frankie walked with 1 out. Ware singled. After the second out, Schatz singled an infield hit to load the bases. A wild pitch scored the tying run, put 2 more at second and third. Now 3-2 to Jordan Pauls. The pitch. Fly ball left center, drifting back now, heading back towards center field with the wind is Jabu to make the catch, and the side is retired. But Ottumwa ties it. A run on 2 hits. They leave 2. Go to the bottom of the 7th, trying to force extra innings. We're tied at 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Ottumwa, when they started the top of the 7th, weren't guaranteed to get here, but they get a run to tie this game at 2 here at Des Moines East. Now Ashlyn Sheets has to keep the Scarlets off the board to get Ottumwa into extra innings. East will have 8, 9, and 1 due up here in the 7th. Maya Howard, Emma Rounds, then Alicia Claude. Maya Hernandez-Howard is 1 for 2. That one was rather important, and here's why. She had a 2-out single in the 5th inning. It didn't lead to anything in that inning, but it allowed the number 9 hitter Rounds to bat. If Howard had been retired to end the 5th inning, Rounds would have led off the 6th instead of the top of the order, Cloud. And if Sheets had been able to get the 9 hitter and then the 1 hitter out as she did, although not in the same inning, then even if Jabu had the bunt single with 2 out, Ottumwa might have been able to get out of the inning without giving up a run. Instead, East had the top of the order, and they were able to generate 2 runs out of it. Ottumwa now 2 runs on 6 hits as this pitch is lifted in the air to right. Going back is Pauls. Gets there, makes the catch, 1 down. Ottumwa 2 runs on 6 hits. East 2 runs on 6 hits. Ottumwa's left 8 on base. East has left 5. And now we get a pinch hitter for Rounds. Gracie Bailiff, who was a courtesy runner earlier in the game, will now pinch hit for Emma Rounds, a left fielder. Bailiff went 1 for 7 against Urbandale last week. And a swing by the right-handed batter chops it foul for strike 1. Bailiff, just a freshman. Oh, and 1 the count. That pitch a little bit high, perhaps. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Come on, kid.
1-1 to the pinch hitter Bailiff. The pitch just off the plate, 2-1. Sheets falling behind, has only walked 1, although that walk did come back to haunt her in the 6th inning. That pitch off the plate, and it's 3-1. Top of the order, Claude on deck. The 3-1 from Sheets. That missed high, ball 4. Second walk, and that's the winning run at first with 1 out for the Scarlets. Now here's the dilemma for their head coach, James Jabu. With 1 out, do you have Claude lay down a bunt to try to put the winning run at second? You do have one of your best hitters on deck in Jabu. Kiana Jabu, that is. Coach Jabu in the third base box going through the signs. It's almost got to be ready for the bunt here. If they do lay it down, you've got to make sure you get the out. So they've only got 1 chance. The pitch, not bunting, runner goes. Pitches a strike, throw down to second, gets into center. Backed up quickly by Maddie Hauk. And Bailiff steals second. I believe the pitch... Was the pitch a ball or a strike? Pitch was a strike, so the count's 0-1. Now the winning run in scoring position. Again with only 1 out. And Sheets now with very little margin for error. The 0-1. Fly ball to left. Coming on is Frankie. Plays it on a hop. Throw to third. The tag. And what's the call? Out at third is the call. Both umpires are looking at the play. Mark Amadeo coming up from third, or coming up the line from home. Frankie had to play it on a hop, but the runner at second, Claude, had to hold. And then a one-hop throw that Emma Strayer picked expertly and got the tag down in time on Bailiff. So on the play, Jabu goes to second. It's a single. Or pardon me, Claude goes to second. And there's two away as Bailiff is retired 7-5 in the scorebook. Mandy Moore talking to her entire infield now. So Claude is the runner at second. Jabu is the batter. And you wonder what Mandy Moore is talking about. She has something specific in mind, and she's going over it with her entire infield in the circle. I mean, you have first base open, but it's pick your poison. If not Jabu, who's 1 for 3 with a single, then it's the power-hitting Mo Purdy, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Well, Jabu will stand in. If they were going to walk her, they just send her to first. Now, you don't have to give her anything really good to hit if you don't want to. Lefty-lefty matchup, not that it matters as much in softball. That pitch lifted in the air to left. Underneath it is Frankie, makes the catch. The inning is over, and Sheets pitches out of the jam. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We're going to free softball. Top of the 8th coming up. We're tied at 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Are you looking for someone to capture the special moments in life, such as senior photos, weddings, family portraits, baby pictures, or even your furry friends? Look no further than Lee's Photography in Ottumwa to schedule your appointment. Brian, Connie, and the staff at Lee's Photography have the knowledge and experience to capture your special moments and make your vision come to life. Visit them on Facebook to see the range of their work. Lee's Photography on East 2nd Street, across from the Courier in Ottumwa, for all your all-around photography needs. You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the 8th inning. An entertaining first game of our doubleheader here at Des Moines East. Ottumwa 2, Scarlets 2. Ottumwa with a run in the 3rd. East came back to take the lead with 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Ottumwa tied it with a run in the top of the 7th. Then East had the winning run at 2nd with 1 out, and again with 2 out, but had a runner thrown out at 3rd for that 2nd out. And were unable to win the game in the 7th. So now Ashlyn Sheets, who pitched out of the jam in the bottom of the 7th inning, will lead off the top of the 8th. Sheets is 1 or 0 for 2, but has walked in this ball game. Sheets, Strayer, and Rockhold 5, 6, and 7 to face Jada Hernandez-Howard. Pitch low and away, ball 1. Pitch count doesn't matter in softball the way it does in baseball, but Howard has thrown 107 pitches, and that pitch popped up left side behind the bag at 3rd, calling for it. The third baseman Alvarez makes the catch, 1 down. The point I was going to make was that Howard's thrown a lot of pitches because she has been wild at times in this game. And it might behoove Ottumwa to try to work a count here. Both of their runs were scored by Avery Frankie, who doesn't have a hit but was hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd, and drew a walk and scored in the 7th. Emma Strayer with a ground ball to 3rd. Up with it is Alvarez. Throw to 1st and quickly 2 down. So Bulldogs not trying to work counts here in the 8th inning. And the batter is Rockhold, who's 0 for 3. Tied at 2. 2 out, nobody on. Top 8 for Ottumwa. 3, 4, 5 due up for the Scarlets in the bottom half. Purdy, Knoop, and Alvarez. The pitch to Rockhold. Fly ball to right center. It's shallow. Who wants it? It'll be the center fielder, Jabu, to make the catch, and Ottumwa goes very quickly in the top of the 8th to go to the bottom half, trying to force a 9th inning. Game tied at 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the 8th inning, same situation as the bottom of the 7th. Game tied at 2. Ashlyn Sheets in the circle needs to keep East off the board to get us to the 9th. A run would end game 1 of our doubleheader. And it'll be the powerful part of the order for the Scarlets: Mo Purdy, Cora Knoop, and Lily Alvarez. Purdy is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Scored what was at the time the go-ahead run for East in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sheets, the lefty, brings it home, and it's low and away, ball 1. East scored 2 to take the lead in the 6th. Pardon me, they left 2 more in scoring position. They left another in scoring position in the 7th. Now the 1-0. Fly ball to right, pretty well hit, going back Pauls, and that's off the fence, turns around, fires it into second, and just offline and safe at second is Purdy with the leadoff double. Jordan Pauls did all she could, uncorking a quick throw. And if the throw had been on the bag, they would have had her. But it was to the first base side of second, and all are not able to reach back and make the tag. So now the winning run at second, nobody out, and the batter is Cora Knoop. First pitch from Sheets. Ground ball to third, fielded by Strayer. Looks the runner back, throw to first low, and unable to dig it out is Sam Weeks. And now it's first and second, nobody out. That'll be a throwing error on Strayer. First error of the game on either team. Knoop not running all that well on that play, and Strayer, I think, had more time than she thought she did. They've announced that number 9 is a courtesy runner, and I don't have a 9 on my roster. Ava Blakeman is the name announced. And here is Alvarez.
Hey, come on, girls, you got it.
Different spot in the order. East would probably bunt here, but Alvarez has a 2-run hit earlier this game. That pitch up high, ball 1. One and 0 the count to Alvarez. A double by Purdy, then a throwing error on a grounder, putting runners at first and second, nobody out. That pitch off the plate, 2-0.
There you go.
Sheets behind in the count. Trying to find a way to get a strike here. The pitch bunted foul, just off the glove of Amber Schatz, the catcher. But she hangs on to that. That's an out.
There we go.
Bunt fouled off over her right shoulder. She got both a hand and a glove on it, but couldn't hang on. 2-1. Little surprised they went to the bunt 2-0. Showing bunt again, and bunts it foul behind the plate. 2-2. And Alvarez, the number 5 hitter, an RBI producer, not often asked to lay one down. And an interesting strategy. She was not showing bunt on the first 2 pitches, but tried to bunt the last 2 and fouled them both off. Sheets only has 2 strikeouts. Could really use the third one here. First and second, nobody out. The pitch lined into left field. That's down for a base hit. Around third is Purdy. Ball is bobbled out there, and East to win the game 3-2. Scarlets win game 1 in extra innings. And Lily Alvarez drove in all 3 runs as East wins its second of the year and Ottumwa drops to 0-3. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and get you the Game 1 totals on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hey, nice job clearing the clog.
Thanks.
You know anybody who could repair the water damage in my basement?
Roto-Rooter does that.
Do you guys fix water heaters?
Roto-Rooter does that.
How about a leaky faucet?
We do that.
Disposal repair?
We do that.
I've got to run a few errands, but if you could finish up those pies, that'd be great. Thanks.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Pies. Okay.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hi, this is Vince Tyson, General Manager with Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield, the area's premier broadband provider. Wapello County, we have heard your screams of frustration. You need reliable internet, and we are proud to expand high-speed fiber internet into Wapello County. Express your interest today by going to findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. Again, that's findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. We look forward to hearing from you and bringing you the very best internet service at Citizens Mutual, coming soon to Wapello County.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High softball on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Game 1 in the books, and boy, Ottumwa had its chances, but in extra innings, they come up short, losing 3-2 in 8 innings to Des Moines East. The totals for the Scarlets: 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 8 left on base. Jada Hernandez-Howard, the winning pitcher, got her at 1-1. And there was no save for Ottumwa. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, also 8 left on base, several in scoring position. Ashlyn Sheets, a tough luck loss, drops to 0-2. The ballgame took 1 hour and 52 minutes to complete. Ottumwa drops to 0-3. They're 0-1 now in Metro Conference play. East now 2-3 and they start out conference play 1-0. Game 1 of the books, Ottumwa can get a split if they can come back and win Game 2. That'll come your way in just a little while. On the video side, we'll take a 3-minute timeout and then just leave you with some visuals of the field here at East until we're ready to get you ready for Game 2. On the radio side, a 3-minute timeout, then we'll check in with Radio Iowa News and Radio Iowa Sports. Bulldogs drop Game 1 3-2 in 8 innings. They'll try to split the doubleheader coming up in just a little while, so stay right here. We're back shortly on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hey, it's Sam here, your Lisco sales rep. Summertime weather is just around the corner, so you know the drill. Construction is in full swing, and we have limited time to get your order on the list for this year. As you're prioritizing your goals for 2022, let's make you the priority. We can chat details about what would make your home or business data connection the most successful. To add or update your services, call me, Samantha Knoll, for your Lisco sales and account management. 641-209-5400, 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.